Aids to trade. In our previous session, we had done that commerce consists of two things, trade and aids to trade, and we had discussed trade yesterday. Today we are going to do aids to trade. Now, what is aids to trade? As you can see, aids to trade refers to those activities which facilitates buying and selling of goods and services. As we have already discussed, that trade means buying and selling of goods. Now, to buy and sell goods, we require certain other things, a support of other things which helps us in trading the goods and services. So all those activities which facilitate the buying and selling of goods are known as aids to trade. And we have different types of aids to trade. As you can see, the types of aids to trade are transportation, warehousing, banking, insurance, advertising, and packaging. So all these types of aids to trade help in buying and selling of goods and services. So we'll start with the first type, that is transportation. I think you all are very familiar with what is transportation. You already done in your geography and your social studies. Transport refers to conveyance of goods and passengers from one place to another. This is a general definition of what is transport. Now, transportation facilitates trade by assembling and distributing goods. That means with the help of means of transportation, which are like railways, roadways, airways, or shipping, we are able to trade, we are able to send goods from one place to the other. That means it helps in distribution. As you all know, the goods are produced in the by the industries. So the place from where they are manufactured, they have to be taken to the place where they have to be sold, right? Or they have to be taken to the warehouse to keep them till the demand arises. So how is it possible? Who will support? Transportation helps us in doing that. Now we can say it overcomes the barrier of distance. Overcomes the barrier of distance means, as you know, that manufacturing is done at one place, whereas the demand is in the other place. Okay. Now, example is like we talk about tea and coffee. You know, tea and coffee is more in Assam. Okay, that side. But we require tea and coffee all over India. Now, how is it possible that we transport tea from that area to the other area? It is possible only through various means of transportation. So what are we doing? We are overcoming the barrier of distance with the help of transportation. So it helps in equal distribution of goods among the far areas. All right. Now next is warehousing. Now, as you know that we are producing goods and we anticipate that the demand of goods will arise after some period of time. But when we are producing the goods, immediately the goods are not sold in the market. There is a time gap. Do you agree with me? Yes, I gave an example of umbrella, I think in the last session, that the manufacturing of umbrella starts much before when they are demanded, right? The demand will arise in the month of mid-May or June, but the manufacturing is done before that. Now, for example, if the manufacturing has been completed in the month of February, now the month of March and April, where are they going to keep the umbrellas? They are going to keep it where? In the warehouse. Right? Now, the warehouse is a place where you store the goods until they are sold. Okay, now many products like wheat, sugar, all those things are produced in a particular season, but they are demanded throughout the year. So what they do, when these goods are ready, when they are the crops are available they are kept in the warehouse, and as and when the demand arises, the crops are taken from the warehouse and they are supplied in the market. So warehouse helps us to store the goods till the time the demand arises or till the time they are sold. Are you clear? Okay. Now we have different types of warehouses. We have three types of warehouses. We have a private warehouse, we have a public warehouse, and we have a bonded warehouse. Now, I think from the word itself, it's very clear. Private warehouses are owned by the private businessmen and the manufacturers. They have their own warehouses. So whatever they produce or manufacture, they keep it for their own goods in their own warehouses. So they are the private warehouses. Now, public warehouses are owned by the government. They are owned by the railway authorities, or you can say your ports. I hope you know ports where you have ships and all those things. So these are the public warehouses. Anybody can keep their stuff there by paying some charges to the public authorities. Okay, so people who don't have their own warehouses, they can keep their goods in the public warehouses by paying some charges. Then we have bonded warehouses. Bonded warehouses are the warehouses which are owned by which are under the custom authorities. I hope you know custom authorities. Are you aware of that? When you come from abroad, you have to go through a custom check. Yes, for the goods. So now what happens when you're getting goods from outside, the exporters or the importers, the business houses, what they do when the goods are coming, these goods are kept in the bonded warehouse, and unless and until you pay the custom duty, you cannot release the goods. Okay, so once you give the due custom duty for those goods, you can take your goods from the bonded warehouse. So we have done 3 different types of warehouses: private warehouse, public warehouse, and custom warehouse. Okay, I'll repeat once again. Private warehouses are owned by the private businessmen or manufacturers. Public warehouses are owned by the government, and by paying some charges, anybody can keep their goods in the public warehouse. And bonded warehouses are under the custom authorities, and you can release your goods by paying the custom duty. I hope I'm very clear. All right. Now, the third type of aids to trade is banking. I'm very sure you all know what is banking. You have seen many banks around you, and you also know the banks are used for what? Any idea? Banks helps you to do what? Anybody? Banks are used for what? What do banks give you?
Invest money or something like that.
Okay, you invest money in bank. You keep your money in the bank. Apart from then, how does bank helps business?
Ma'am, it stores our money.
It what?
It stores our money, ma'am. Then lends it to us whenever we need it in times of needs.
Okay, you are keeping your yes.
Ma'am, it gives interest on it after a period of time.
Absolutely correct. You keep your money there and you get interest. But for business, for expansion of business, how does bank help you? What does it gives you? Have you heard the word? Yes, absolutely correct. I was coming to that only. Good answer. Yes. The bank provides you loans if the business house needs it. As you all know that there is a time gap between the production, purchase and sale of goods. But during that time, the businessman needs funds to carry on business or for expansion of business. So who helps them? The banks and the financial institutions help them by providing them loan or credit in various forms. So basically, the bank helps to remove the hindrance of raising funds or money finance. Okay, and also as you just mentioned, it also helps to keep our money safe, and also whenever we want, we can draw our money. Plus, we also get interest on our money. Banking help us to provide funds to carry on our business. Clear everything? Okay. Then next we have insurance. Now, what do you mean by insurance? I think I have already explained you. Remember, I had done a session with you on insurance. Okay. Now, insurance is basically, as you know, that business involves different types of risk. Insurance removes the hindrance of risk. With the help of insurance, the businessman can protect himself from different types of risk, like risk of fire or marine or life insurance, and there are many different types of insurance. So when we have taken insurance policy, our goods are insured from different types of factors like fire, like theft, like natural calamities, and many other things. And under a business, we have insurances like fire insurance, we have marine insurance, we have worksman compensation insurance, we have employers insurance, and we also have life insurance. All right. Next, we come to advertising. Now, advertising and publicity are basically to inform the customers about the availability of the various products and services. They remove the hindrance of knowledge. Yes, Khyati, you've raised your hand.
Yes, ma'am, for the employer insurance, it is for each employer or just a specific category of employers?
No, it is for the group of employees. Like, and nowadays under the corporate, what they do, they take one insurance policy for all the employees. Under one policy, a group of employees are there. So it covers up all the employees.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So I come back to, I hope there's no other doubt. Okay, I'll continue with advertising. So what is advertising? As I told you, the basic purpose of advertising is to inform. Yes, Vedant?
Ma'am, insurance comes in banking. ma'am?
No. Insurance is done by the insurance company. Insurance is different. Banking is different. Banking provides you funds, provides you loans, okay, to carry on your business. Insurance covers up the risk. If you want to insure your goods, if you want to insure your business against any kind of risk, you have to take an insurance policy from the insurance company.
Thank you, ma'am.
Separate things. Okay. So now we come to advertising. Advertising, the main purpose of advertising is to inform the consumers about the availability of the product and services. They basically remove the hindrance or obstacle of knowledge. Like if the customers don't know about the product, they don't know about the features, the uses of the product. So who helps them? Advertising helps them to provide information about the product, about the features of the product, about the uses of the product, about the availability of the product, whether that product is there in the market or not, whether the company still has a particular type of product or not. Now, how do we do advertising? We do advertising with the help of different medias, like your television, your radio, your newspaper, then your hoardings, your outdoor displays, your exhibitions. Sometimes you must have seen some companies are sending you emails also regarding anything about their products. Sometimes you get some literature at your home, your pamphlets you get at home in the newspaper about the product. So all those things are what? They all are part of advertising, and the main purpose of this is to create the demand for the product so that the consumer can buy it. All right. Now we come to the last type of aids to trade, that is packaging. I'm very sure you all must be knowing what do you mean by packaging. Okay, packaging is basically your packing is basically your containers or your wrappers, and packaging is designing and making packages for different products. As you know, we have different types of products. Some products are very fragile, some products are very durable. For example, if we talk about furniture, table, chair, they are quite durable products, right? We don't need proper packaging for them. We just need a bubble wrap, or we just need a cardboard or paper wrap for them. But things like your diamonds, things like your jewelry, they all require different types of packaging. Do you agree with me? Yes. Okay, if you talk about your products in the grocery items, you have different types. If for keeping your eggs, you have a different type of container to keep the eggs, because they are breakable, right? So but for keeping your other stuffs, your rice and your wheat, you have different type of sacks. So what are all these things? They are the different types of packages. So in a business, we design different packages depending upon the nature of the product. If the product is perishable, if the product is delicate, fragile, we require a special packing. If the product is robust, if the product is durable, we require different packaging. Simple example. If you go to vegetable market, you must have seen apples and all. They come in a different type of packing. Yes, they are. Each and every apple is covered up with a different covering, and then they are also in a carton. Okay, very nicely kept, so that the apples don't get spoiled, because they are a perishable item. But do you think that onions and potatoes are also kept in the same way? No, they're kept in a normal way. They're just kept in a normal sack. So depending upon the nature of the product, how the product is, different packages are designed for them. And basically they are done for what? They are done to keep the goods safe and free from any damage. They protect the goods from any kind of damage during transportation and during warehousing. All right. Are you all clear with the different types of aids to trade? Yes. Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am, it's just a small doubt for the advertising part, which is the most common source of advertising.
Again, it depends upon what type of advertising you want to do, the amount of money you can spend on advertising. If you want a cheaper source of advertising, newspaper is the best way of advertising. Okay, because newspaper doesn't cost you much. But if you want to make your advertising very attractive and it's very good and you can spend, then you can go for television. You can go for neon hoardings, which you can see near around the roadside. You can see big hoardings are there with neon and electronic advertising. So it all depends upon how much money you want to spend and what is your purpose of advertising. Do you want it for a small group of people, or do you want advertising for a large number of people?
Okay.
Okay, somebody else also raised the hand. Who was that? I just saw one child raising hand. Any other doubt?
Yes, ma'am.